Welcome to today's video where I'm going to show you two mobile tools which you can start using today to improve your SEO performance and rank #1 on Google. So in today's video we are going to be talking about the mobile tools exclusively because mobile has grown very important for Google because more users now than ever use their mobile tools to surf the web, and obviously that's how they find your website. And Google's algorithms now, they prioritize mobile searches over desktop. So before showing you the tools, I'm going to actually talk about compatibility and site speed when it comes to mobile and why it is important in the first place. So the mobile compatibility is pretty much the look and feel of your website when people browse it on their mobile phones. So mobile doesn't only refer to mobile phones, it also refers to tablets. So what you need to keep in mind is that Google now, they use mobile first indexing. So with the mobile first indexing, Google's bots, they crawl the mobile version of your website first as opposed to the desktop version. So you need to pay extra attention to the content and UX, UI of your mobile website first, because that's what the Google is going to take into account when judging the relevancy of your content and displaying your website in search engine results pages. So the first major thing you need to keep in mind is the mobile first indexing update, and the second thing is that the user experience depends strongly on the seamlessness of your mobile version of your website. So if you don't have if you don't provide a seamless mobile experience, the users are not going to be engaged, they're not going to stay on your website, they are going to bounce. And that high bounce rate is going to obviously affect your rankings in a bad way. So you need to keep that in check. You need to see if your mobile version looks and feels as good as the desktop version. And the last point in this presentation is that you need to make sure that your content is consistent across devices. So if you have a mobile site that doesn't contain the same information as the desktop version of your site, it means that bots cannot read it. So you won't get ranked for those specific keywords that you want to get ranked for. That's why you should always strive to have complete information in the mobile version of your site. And also you should not provide wrong information. So it could be the case that some of the data that you have in your mobile version is either incomplete or it's just wrong. So you should always double check that it is in order and it is the same as in the desktop version. And the second part of the puzzle is the site speed, so the site loading speed. The site loading speed has always been an important factor when it came to SEO, obviously, but now it is more important than ever because people's attention spans have grown shorter and shorter because of all these social media platforms like TikTok and YouTube Shorts. The average time a user spends before bouncing off your website is 2 seconds. So that means is that if your website is loading for longer than 2 seconds, well, you're out of luck and most of the users are going to leave the website. So that also means that all your cross-channel marketing campaigns are not going to be as efficient as they could have been, because the users that come into your website landing page from email campaigns or social media campaigns, they are just going to leave your website. They are not going to bring you any business because they are not going to wait until your content loads on their screens. So before spending your money on social media advertising or email campaigns, you should always strive to fix the SEO of your mobile website. So it has also the long-term benefit because, well, Google is unlikely to change its mind when it comes to speed, and it's gonna get even more important in the future because people's attention spans, they're gonna get shorter. I mean, there is no two ways about it, and you should first and foremost fix that before you spend money on PPC or social media campaigns. So now I'm going to move over to the browser to show you the free tools that you can start using today to actually improve these two characteristics. So the first tool is called the Mobile Simulator. It is going to help you improve the responsiveness of your mobile site. It's just a Chrome extension. It's very easy to install. Just type this in your browser, click on this, add to Chrome. I'm going to add the link down in the description below if you're unable to find this, but it should be easy to find. Just click on add extension. It's going to give you some guidelines on how to install this, but you should see it here up above. Let's add it to our clipboard. Okay, I think we have it. So now let's take it for a test drive. Let's go to Wikipedia's page. Click on this. English. Alright, so pretty much what this extension does is that it helps you view any website in a mobile screen. So you can see that Wikipedia is pretty well optimized for mobile screens. It works as intended. There's no zooming required, no pinching required. You can also click on any link you want. It's going to take you in that link. So it's a very interactive plugin that you can use. You can click on anything you want, and you can see that it works as intended. So there are no major mistakes here. Another major benefit of this extension is that you can change the device, because each device has a different screen size. So for example, if you go to Apple smartphones, obviously Apple 5 has a different screen than, let's say, Apple 11 Pro. You can also see the screen size here, so it is different, but it looks pretty good to me in both versions. You can also test it with Android smartphones if you'd like. Again, yeah, pretty good. So let's just, yeah, it works as intended. So there are no major mistakes in this on this website. We can also go to tablet section. With the tablets is obviously also very important. So it's not just the mobile device that users are going to access your website from, it's also the tablets. So with the iPad mini, it looks terrific. If you get extra spicy, you can also try Apple Watch Series 6. You can try and optimize it for that. I don't think you're going to get a lot of traffic from it, but just as an exercise, you can give it a try. So this is pretty much all I wanted to discuss. The only other thing you should keep in mind is that with the newer versions of these smartphones, you're going to have to pay. So you see this Pro, you have to pay $3.90 per month. So if you're doing this on a large scale for clients, let's say, or your website's SEO is a priority for you, you might consider paying for this, but I think it's pretty good enough on its own, so you can get a lot of insights without actually paying for it. Now, the second tool is provided by Google itself. It is called Google PageSpeed Insights. Now, obviously, the first tool is used to improve mobile compatibility. The second one we use to check the speed of your website, so the loading speed. So if we click on this link, you're going to see this interface. Just type in the URL of the website you want to analyze. Let's just stay consistent and go with Wikipedia again. It's going to analyze it, and it will give us the results for mobile and desktop. So it's all completely free. You don't need to pay anything for this. And it's provided by Google itself, which means that it's probably more authoritative than third-party plugins or extensions. So in that sense, you can trust this data more. Let's go to desktop first. You can see that it's impeccable for desktop. So it performs perfectly across all these 4 criteria. Nothing else needs to be improved. But for mobile, we see a different story. So for mobile, SEO and best practices and accessibility sections, they perform almost perfectly, except for accessibility. It can use some work, but these three are good enough on their own. The performance metric, however, is not doing so well. And if we hover over this section, you can see why exactly that is happening. So TBT, which stands for total blocking time, is what is preventing our website from performing well. You can actually scroll down, click on this, and you will see the diagnostics section. It will provide you with recommendations on how to actually improve the loading speed and the performance of your mobile website. You can just go ahead and implement these recommendations. It shouldn't be too hard. If you can't do it on your own, I recommend hiring someone who can. An agency, a freelancer, doesn't really matter as long as you do it, because performance on mobile is growing very, very important for the efficiency of your SEO campaigns. So you cannot really ignore it anymore. So for this website, you can see that only one section out of 5 is dragging our score down. So what that means is that you can probably implement a few changes to improve this. So you can see that the urgency of a problem is denominated by the shape that is beside the description of the problem, and on the right hand side you can actually see by how many seconds does this problem slow down our website. So 3.5 seconds, pretty significant, I think. And just, it gives us the recommendation: consider reducing the time spent parsing, compiling, and executing JavaScript. It is pretty technical, so many of the small to medium-sized business owners are unlikely to actually understand what this means, or they don't have the time or energy to actually implement these. So in that sense, it might be smart to bring someone who can do this for you. So that's pretty much it. That's the second tool. We haven't talked about the other 3 criteria, which are SEO, best practices, and accessibility, because this video is about compatibility and speed. But these are only 2 features that you need to keep in mind. There are obviously many, many more, and we're going to talk about that in the next videos. This one is about 2 of the main things that you need to keep in mind. So if you like this video, please give it a like and subscribe. And if you have any questions for me, leave it down in the comment section, and I'll see you in the next one.